So if we're thinking about how fast Santa has to travel to reach all these children, he's got to deliver presents to about 2 billion kids, and if we're being conservative, let's say 4 children per household. So that's about 500 million homes that he needs to reach. Let's assume Santa is smart and he's gonna ride the time zones. So he's gonna work with the Earth's rotation. He needs to be getting 5,800 presents delivered per second. So this man is accelerating to about 6 million miles per hour, like over and over again. He's like going relativistic at least. This is like almost 1% of the speed of light. So, I mean, as well as everything else that is happening, he is experiencing some time dilation. So to him, it actually feels like the day is longer. He gets more than 24 hours in his mind to deliver all those presents. But you know, like it means that he's also in his mind aging a little bit more than we are. What is the mass of the presents that Santa has to deliver on this one special night? So if we've got 2 billion kids he needs to visit, and you know, let's be really conservative and say 1 kilogram per child of gifts. And I mean, if you've ever lifted a PS5, you know that that is unrealistic. So this is now what, 2 billion kilos, so 200 million tons of presents that need to be delivered in this one night. Oof. The force to accelerate that over and over again to 1% of the speed of light is pretty much equivalent to launching Mount Everest into orbit over and over again, thousands of times per second. I mean, the carbon footprint of this man is like unhinged. He won't even be able to do this just off carrot power going to the reindeer. I mean, he would be needing something like dark matter annihilation to be able to power this sleigh. When you like produce annihilation, you produce pure energy in the form of gamma photons, so there is no waste, there is no dirty byproduct. So if he's doing this with dark matter, potentially he's extracting more from it that we don't know how he can do it, well, how it's done yet. So, you know, maybe like Santa's elves are just doing dark matter annihilation research, and this is how he's keeping things green at Christmas. With all of this acceleration that Santa's doing, air friction is going to be a problem. So how does the sleigh avoid this? Well, I mean, there could be obviously the simple answer, which is that he's not inside the atmosphere. So if he's just above, you know, like in a little low Earth orbit, and he's just constantly dipping down to deliver his presents over and over again, yes, that means more energy, but it also means that he can avoid, you know, this whole problem. The other option, maybe he's found out how to do something like a little plasma bubble around himself. And this is a real area of research right now. You know, with this, he would be like turning the air in front of him into plasma, and that would be kind of more malleable and it will keep him a little bit safe. So think, you know, a Christmas-themed force field around him. You know, NASA is spending billions on keeping astronauts safe during re-entry, but Santa manages to do it in velvet with bells on. So, you know, the guy's a boss. So with all of this acceleration to these ridiculous speeds, you'd expect that Santa isn't just breaking the sound barrier, he's obliterating it. So why don't we hear constantly coming from the sky, boom, 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 boom? It's a classic. Well, you know, there's a few options here actually how we can get around this with science. First of all, if he's not actually in the atmosphere, he's above it, then there is no sonic boom to happen in the first place. So that would work and that would be fine. Option 2 would be that he's figured out an Alcubierre drive. So he's actually not even moving through the air. He's just in a little bubble and he is bending space-time around him. And you know, he's traveling that way, which would be pretty snazzy. And I think he needs to talk to NASA because they will want to know how he's doing it. And the other option is that he's just really smart about it. So he's doing all the sonic booms, but he manages to time them to perfection so that when everybody below him is sleeping. So, you know, it's acoustic stealth mode, basically. This is a really important question. How come there are about 47 years between Christmas and New Year? So that wonderful time that we all refer to as PhysXmas. The answer is actually simple. Because Santa is traveling close to the speed of light, he experiences significant time dilation. So while he experiences just 24 hours, the rest of us experience a full 47 years. So, you know, the man is a one-man twin paradox experiment. So if Santa and the reindeer are going to be accelerating quite a lot to be able to make all these deliveries in one day, they need to have some pretty tough skeletons. So what are the skeletons made of so that they're not just collapsing in on themselves and having pulverized bones every single night. I'd say that the obvious option is that he doesn't just have Kevlar coating on his bones, he is made of Kevlar, potentially with a little bit of graphene thrown in there as well, because we know that that is really, really strong. Actually, the more likely option is that Santa has been secretly taking out all our favorite superheroes and taking their metals to make his new skeleton. So for example, Wolverine, he's taken the adamantium from his claws and his skeleton. He stole Captain America's vibranium shield and used this as well. Obviously he visited Avatar as well, and he took all of the unobtainium. So I think Santa and the reindeer just have, sci-fi superhero upgraded skeletons in order to make this work. And again, like, why is Marvel not investigating this? This is serious.